Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I first want to applaud the DPWH Secretary kasi siya mismo ang bumababa, siya mismo ang nagtatanong sa mga local government officials, sa mga kababayan natin kung ano yung mga issue sa mga projects that are being implemented poorly, no? At ramdam yan ng mga kababayan natin. So along those lines, I want to ask some questions regarding the ongoing investigation. Mr. Secretary, how many cases have been prepared so far?
Before you reply, Mr. Secretary, let me just interject. I hope with your permission and indulgence, kung okay lang po, magkaroon na lang tayo ng working lunch kasi anyway, magbe-break naman tayo ng 2:30 or 2:45 for expediency's sake.
Absolutely
Thank you very
po,
much.
Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you very much.
No problem po. Kahit wala na pong lunch, okay lang po.
Yes, so returning to the question, ilan po ba yung mga kaso na nahanda po natin?
Opo, in the 2 weeks that we've been here po, we have filed one case. We filed it against 26 individuals last week, last Thursday. We are preparing, as of the moment, 3 more cases as of the moment. But we are currently in the process of investigating more than 100 projects nationwide. No, ngayon po na natayo na ang ICI, kami po ngayon ay nakikipag-coordinate na sa ICI para sa future filing of new cases. No, and based on my discussions po with the ICI in the past few days, ang goal po is that tuloy-tuloy po ang pagpa-file, and we are targeting po ng at least 1 case every week ang ipa-file. At least.
At least 1 case every week. And did I hear that right? Over 100 projects are being investigated at the moment.
Opo, and I think dadami pa po yan. Sa dami ng mga nagsusumite, hindi lamang sa amin, kundi pati na rin sa isumbong sa Pangulo website.
Dun sa mga complaints po natin, what year to what year are those complaints coming from?
Iba-iba po, Mr. Chair. No? Minsan po, marami po dito, pati po yung previous administration, no? Sa years 2017, 2018, 2019. Pero meron din pong mga nagpapadala ng mga reklamo nila at sumbong nila, ito pong mga recent, katulad po nitong mga nakaraang binisita natin sa Bulacan, sa kahapon sa La Union, etc. At sa mga susunod na araw din po, pati po sa Quezon City, meron po tayong bibisitahin dahil po dun sa press conference ni Mayor Joy Belmonte kahapon.
So out of the
Pero
100...
spanning at least the past couple of years, and dun din po sa EO ng Pangulo, ang mandato po niya ay the past 10 years.
So the past 10 years we have complaints from projects spanning 10 years, no? Dito sa 100 projects that we're currently investigating, what year seems to have the most projects in question?
Hindi ko pa po masasabi kung ano ang ano, pero spread out po ito No, meron pong mga 22, 23, 24, meron din pong mga iba na 2018, kagaya po nung binisita ng ating Pangulo sa Baguio, 2018 po yon. Meron din pong earlier than that. No? At meron din pong, even during the pandemic, meron din po tayong mga nakukuhang mga reklamo. So ano po ito, no? Talagang napakarami po, no? Kaya nga po, mabuti pong nagsimula na rin po ang trabaho ng ICI para po meron tayong katulong at katuwang dito.
Mr. Chair, I want to highlight this for the record that the cases span from 2017 all the way up until 2024, and more recently, the projects that are being investigated in Bulacan and La Union. My point being, this has been an institutional problem that we're trying to correct. Mr. Chair, if I may ask the good secretary, do you have any particular reforms that you want to highlight in the DPWH that our kababayans listening online can proudly listen to?
Actually, marami po tayong naiisip, no? At marami tayong gustong i-implement. Our only, I guess our only, right now, what we are dealing with is number one, pagpasok ko po dito 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago, is nabombard na po tayo ng napakaraming mga reklamo na nagsimula na rin po sa mga sumbong na pinadala sa ating Pangulo mismo. Kaya po, medyo nauubos po ang oras natin ngayon sa pag-iimbestiga ng mga kasong at proyektong rini-report sa atin. So tingin ko po, ang una pong order of business natin ngayon is kailangan i-address natin itong mga reklamong ito. Number 1 po yon. Because we have to make people accountable. At yun na po ang ginagawa natin, katulong na rin ngayon ng bagong tayong ICI. Kaya po, meron na tayong final na unang kaso. Sa aking pagkakaalam, meron pong panibagong kaso na ipa-file this week ang ICI. Nabigay na po namin ang mga dokumento para sa kasong iyon. At sa mga susunod na linggo, tuloy-tuloy po ito. And this will involve multiple personalities both from within the department and outside of the department. Parallel to that, nagsisimula na rin po tayong pag-aralan ng mabuti ang mga proseso sa DPWH. Dahil sa ating pag-i-inspect, sa ating pagkakausap sa mga tao mismo na nasa baba, pati na rin po ang ating mga local government officials, ang ating mga provincial officials, may nakikita na po tayong mga red flag na kailangan nating i-address. Halimbawa po, yung nasabi ko kanina, marami po sa mga proyektong iniimbestigahan natin ngayon ay simulat sa pool pa lamang, wala man lang ni plano. Una pong red flag yun. Dapat po, wala pong nakakalusot na proyekto na ginalagyan ng pondo sa budget na ini-implement, pinapabid, na wala man lang plano. Ngayon lang po ako nakakita ng departamento na nagkakaroon ng budget at naaawardan ng proyekto na wala man lang engineering plan. No, wala pa po ako nakikitang ganoon. At talaga po ako'y nasa-shock na nangyayari po ito sa loob ng DPWH. That needs to be addressed immediately. And it should not be difficult to address it, Mr. Chairman. No? Kung i-require lang po natin na lahat ng proyektong bago ipasok sa budget, dapat may klarong plano, hindi po mangyayari ito. Pero mukhang hindi po yon ang nangyayari ngayon. At marami pa pong iba, no, na ito nga po, nag-issue na po tayo ng interim guidelines for public procurement na ginabas natin nung isang araw. Lahat po ito ay hindi bago, lahat po ito ay requirement sa ating mga batas at regulasyon ngayon, including the recently passed Amended Government Procurement Act. Pero po, hindi po ito ginagawa at hindi po ito strictly enforced. Sa lahat ng levels ng departamento, kailangan po ito ay strictly enforced. At kung hindi po ito sundin, meron po dapat klarong consequence ang hindi pagsunod dito. Yun po ay ginawa na natin klaro sa ating memorandum dated nung Monday, September 15, which I will provide po copies of to the Honorable Committee. Pero hindi pa po tayo pwedeng uminto dyan. Marami pa pong pwede po tayong baguhin. At again po, we will be very, very open to hearing suggestions from the members of the Honorable Committee para po talagang once and for all malinis na po natin itong mga prosesong ito.
Mr. Chair, to the credit of the Secretary, I do believe he's acting on the red flags that he discussed earlier because if I'm not mistaken, may mga locally funded projects na pinitigil muna to inspect. What is the current utilization rate of the department? Kasi syempre baka maapektuhan ang utilization rate dahil sa suspensions na ito.
Ito po, I will just read the facts. No? The current budget utilization rate is only 33%. And again, this was actually one of the considerations we made while we were visiting. Although, syempre po, given the limited time that we were given, hindi po natin nabusisi lahat ito. No? Pero, I think this needs a lot of improvement. Ang obligation rate, ito po yung, naintindihan naman po natin to as contracts being awarded, ay 66%. Ang disbursement rate, ito pong pagbayad, no, pag-release ng pondo, ay nasa 22% lang po. So, hindi po ito mataas. Ito po ay as of June 30, 2025, kailangan pong pataasin ito. At dito na po tayo pumapasok din, hindi lamang sa kung magkano ang budget ng departamento, pero kung paano ka efficient ang paggamit ng departamento ng budget, which I think also needs to be a major consideration kapag humihingi po tayo every year ng budget sa Kongreso.
Mr. Chair, the reason why I asked this is to the credit of the Secretary and to the administration. 22% ang disbursement rate, which means there's still funds, there's still projects that are being monitored closely in this budget. It's safe to say that the 2025 budget is probably the closest monitored implementation in DPWH's history because of the public outcry of our kababayans and the swift action of the administration and our secretary. Is this correct?
This is what we will strive to do po. Ang sabi po ng Pangulo nung bago po ako umupo, kailangan pong i-monitor ng maigi ang pag-implement ng mga proyekto. Sad to say, what I have seen so far is very lacking. No, talaga pong itong mga proyektong ating in-inspect, hindi po talaga na-monitor ito ng maigi. Kaya isa po ito sa mga kailangang ayusin po natin. Kailangan po nating humingi ng tulong sa ating local stakeholders. Dahil po sa aking, as of the latest count, I think 25,000 po ang ongoing projects ng DPWH ngayon. Physically impossible pong i-monitor yan kung DPWH lang. So we will need to put in systems. We need to use technology. We need the help of our local stakeholders, civil society groups, our local government units, our provincial governments to really help us monitor this. Kasi napakarami pong mga proyekto nito.
Pero for our kababayans listening online, Mr. Secretary, it's safe to say with 78% still to be dispersed, we can still save and implement the projects properly for 2025.
Yun po ang gagawin natin, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, moving on to my next question. In the 2026 budget naman po, you mentioned earlier that there are still some foreign-assisted flood control projects. I have here a copy of the NEP. Nakalagay dito may 1.2 billion pesos pa rin sa Metro Manila for flood control projects. Regarding these projects, I had my office compile the 5-year historical rainfall data and flood data from NOAA because I know you just came into office, so baka you're still catching up with all the data. We wanted to put it together. We will furnish a copy to DPWH because ang dami dito sa Metro Manila nagko-complain. Sa kanilang mga lugar, taon-taon may baha. Kaya we wanted to have this data ready for you para you can take action agad on these issues. Regarding the rest of the country, because we only had so much time to prepare this for you, Mr. Secretary, how is our coordination with Project NOAA to make sure that our data is accurate for the 15 billion pesos that will be spent?
For the foreign-assisted projects po na 15.7 billion, very close po ang coordination natin with the OST, with Project NOAA, and also with the funding agencies, no, to make sure na talagang that the projects, the foreign-assisted flood control projects, are really very responsive to the needs of the communities where these projects are going to be built. I think we have to really learn from the experience of these foreign-assisted projects in also implementing later on, no, since wala po tayo munang bagong flood control project for 2026. Tingin ko po important po matuto tayo sa mga lessons at sa mga best practices natin sa foreign-assisted projects, no? Na talagang may tamang pag-aaral, may tamang plano, at lahat po ng project ay base sa data kung paano talaga i-mitigate ang pagbabaha sa mga area kung saan itatayo ang mga projects nito. So, maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, kasi po, any data that you can provide us in addition to what we already have for the foreign-assisted projects will be very welcome po.
Maraming salamat po. And for our kababayans that are worried, kasi this, I believe, is the lowest flood control budget that DPWH has ever submitted to Congress. No?
I believe so, Mr. Chairman. And also one of the lowest, I think, in the past 6 years. Or 5 years. No, it's the lowest DPWH budget since 2020.
But this is important for our kababayans here because they're worried about the efficiency and wastage of government funds. So, dapat malaman nila yun. But aside from that also, yung mga kababayan natin in areas that regularly flood, they may be worried na baka wala ng pondo para sa kanilang mga lugar. I know that the Secretary will be using funds from 2024, 2025 that is still yet to be dispersed. Can you tell us how much funding they still have to be implemented properly by DPWH?
Mr. Chair, if I may just request for a few seconds to get some amounts.
Sure.
While I'm waiting for the exact amount, Mr. Chair, let me just say, tama po si Congressman po na marami pa pong pondo na unutilized since even as far back as 2024, no, na hindi pa nagagamit. Kaya po, I think, yung prinsipyo po ng efficient utilization ng budget ay kailangan po talaga maging napaka-importanting basihan kapag ang isang ahensya tulad ng DPWH ay bumabalik sa Kongreso taon-taon para humingi ng pondo. The departments need to be judged not just on the budget proposal that they have made, but also more importantly, I think, on how efficiently and how effectively they have utilized, we have utilized the funding that we got from Congress over the past couple of years. So,
Mr.
let me
Chair,
just guess a rough number. How much? Kahit estimate. Mr. Chairman, pwede ko ba kayong balikan at I
Yes.
don't want to give a figure na inaccurate. Babalikan po kayo how much is still left from 24-25 based on the records of the DPWH.
Mr. Chair, so moving on quickly kasi limited din po yung oras natin. Another complaint of our kababayans are the road infrastructure. Na taon-taon, we do the same roads over and over again. Are there any safeguards or measures we're putting in place? Are we upping the standard for the asphalt or concrete that's used so we don't always have to reblock?
Kasama po yan sa mga reformang i-introduce natin. Ang sabi nga po ng Pangulo, ang kanyang programa ay build better more. No, ibig sabihin, we don't just build, but we have to build better. And better means better quality. No, and unfortunately, sad to say, yung quality ho ng marami sa ating mga roads is wanting. No, and we really need to not just ensure that money is well spent and disbursed efficiently, but we also have to make sure that the projects are of high quality standard. Unfortunately, hindi po yun ang nakikita natin dito sa mga inspections natin itong mga nakaraang linggo.
Mr. Chair, just to recap for the committee, one, the Secretary says that there are over 100 projects that are being investigated which span multiple Congresses, multiple administrations over the past 10 years. Two, there are suspended projects that have red flags which are being studied at the moment so that funds can be used properly because according to the Secretary, 22% pa lang ang disbursement, so there's still 78% to be dispersed for the rest of the year. Three, regarding the flooding in Metro Manila, this representation has submitted to the Secretary and his team 5-year historical data from NOAA to help supplement their studies. And then moving on to the lowest flood control and DPWH budget in recent Congresses. And lastly, there is a commitment from the Secretary that they will up the standards for our roads here in the Philippines. With that, Mr. Chair, I thank the Secretary for his efforts to correct the problems and issues that we face here today. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.